Skip, do you agree with Westbrook?
You know, maybe there's some truth to the fact that Russell, when he attacks the basket, which he does relentlessly, draws contact, body contact, and doesn't always get that call. In his own way, at a mere 6 feet 3 inches, he might even be 6'2", he's getting as difficult to referee at the basket as Shaq used to be, because he's just contact, 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 and you can't figure out, did they touch him or not, because he's just flying at the hoop with relentless rage. And yet, I have no sympathy for Russell Westbrook. He brings so much of this upon himself. And last night, against those referees, that whole crew, he went completely out of line and over the edge, over, as Joy pointed out, a shot clock issue in which he thought it was an air ball. And I'm pretty sure that, to my eye, the refs got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was pretty obvious they got it right. And yet, he would not give it up. And I'm pretty sure he was partially frustrated because they're down 15 at Memphis, and he's got 0 assists through 2.5 quarters, mid-third quarter. And he would not let it go to the point that he gets the first technical and keeps barking, then goes to profanity, just like bull bleep, this is bull bleep. And if you just keep on keeping on, it looked like he said it 5 or 6 times. I was watching it live. Well, one of the refs is finally going to say, okay, are you asking me to throw you out? Because that's how it came across to me. Russell wanted to get kicked out of that game. Right. Who knows? They might have come back and won the game. I don't know. But boom, he's gone. And it looked like, I don't know, maybe he wanted it to happen. And I'm going to say this one quick time here, because this is like the oldest cliche in the NBA travel guidebook. The one place you don't want to spend a night in after a game is in Miami. And they chose, after they beat the Heat on, what was it, Tuesday night, they chose to spend that night in Miami before they practiced in Miami on Wednesday and then flew Wednesday afternoon to Memphis. And maybe it was a bad idea because that whole team just did not show up. And we know South Beach, you know, whatever. But
I want to go to Memphis and
it
get that barbecue.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be with you on
Dry
that.
rub barbecue at Charlie Bear.
Yeah.
I didn't know you ate anything other than like grilled chicken and broccoli and brown rice.
But that's what I normally would eat. But go ahead.
Hey, well, I think most NBA players would prefer Miami over Memphis.
Yes.
I could be wrong. South Beach over whatever. I don't know. Beale, is it Beale Street? Yeah.
Beale Street.
Yeah, Beale Street. Okay. But the point is, his team didn't show up. He didn't show up. It is shocking that he could have 0 assists. And again, that's partially his team's fault. But he doesn't treat the refs with any respect at all, to me. And if you keep doing that, it's almost Richard Sherman-esque, where you're sort of biting the hand that could feed you. And after a while, the refs are going to say, okay, we're not going to give you that call because you're not playing the game the right way. You're not treating us with any respect at all. So that's what I'm seeing from Russell Westbrook, that he's becoming almost too big for his own good. And I've told you before, one big reason Kevin Durant wanted out was Russell Westbrook is allowed to run this franchise. He is virtually uncoachable, and I don't mean that in the worst way because he's a great player. And again, triple-double waiting to happen. But he does what he wants to do every time, and it drove Kevin Durant nuts because the team, the franchise, the front office will protect him to a fault, coddle him to a fault, baby him to a fault. And you're seeing that kind of behavior just the way we see it from Richard Sherman, because Pete Carroll lets him do whatever he wants to do. You sort of create the monster, and that was the monster who got ejected last night.